beautiful.
Thank you.
I love them.
So these are the candles you were interested in?
Yeah.
Yes, so please feel free.
Yeah, sure. Let me grab this. Wow. Hmm. I love it. Love it. I love it. And this as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Jasmine. So there are different flavors.
Different flavors.
Okay.
So when you're done here, you can just...
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, hi, Miss Edna.
Hello.
You love the
Hey.
candles?
I do love the candles.
Okay, what is peculiar about them?
They have a calming effect,
A calming
on,
effect.
on me. I
Oh, wow.
hope with others as well.
Oh, wow. Enough
Yeah.
about candles, but thank you very much for talking to us.
You're welcome.
Please.
Thank you.
Well, I tell you, everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. Now, beauty is power, but a smile is a sword. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight on the desk, we throw a spotlight on beauty and wellness industry of the country. And this is the desk. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, East Africa. Mambo VP for Tanzania and Kenya. Welcome to this week's edition of The Desk, where we're actually throwing a spotlight on beauty and wellness. We're actually tackling the entire industry of the country. Where have we been? Where are we now? Where are we headed? Is there a light at the end of the tunnel? And well suitable, well credited to aid us in the understanding of this topic is none other than Miss Kainomugasho Edna. She's the CEO for Tuha Wellness and Beauty. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a lady who has not just watched beauty tips on the internet and now she's giving them to us. She has hands-on. She has a spa and parlor. She's been in business for quite some time. And if you are in the same business, a girl child, sit back, relax, better lean forward or even stand up, because Miss Edna Kainomugasho is on the desk. Welcome to the show, Edna.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
We're still shaking hands?
Yeah, you sanitized, I sanitized.
Oh, yeah.
And we safe.
Oh, yeah. I did.
All right. So thank you very much for talking to us.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for sparing time.
You're welcome.
You're a very busy lady. The last time I was at your spa, my goodness.
Yes.
How did this even start?
It started with just the passion. Yeah. I've always, every time I walk into a place, my heart just goes to the calming parts of that place.
Like the candles?
I love nature, I love candles, I love everything that has that. I think I'm a calm soul.
You're
generally.
a calm soul.
Yes. So yeah, it's a passion thing. I did not just start. It's something I knew I loved to see, to feel, and yeah, so that's how I started.
Okay.
Yeah.
As we dive into the discussion, how would you evaluate or, analyze the wellness and beauty industry of the country? Where are we vis-a-vis others?
Well, I am no expert at, like literally everything in this, especially cosmetics. However, I can tell you for a fact that this country is still a virgin country when you look at beauty and wellness. In other parts of the world, like in the US, in Europe, in Asia, they are reaping so much money out of this business. We are talking over 500 billion, and not I said billion, not
Billion.
million, billion.
We're talking
and I
dollars?
said over, yes, $billion. So when you look at that vis-a-vis us, where 90% of the things we have on our shelves are foreign, then you realize that there is a lot of work to be done. There is a lot of opportunity, because if there is a gap, then it means there is opportunity for us. I mean, 78% of this country are people under 30 years.
Right.
So you have huge opportunity, but you also have a huge human resource.
Right.
So there is a lot of opportunity in this industry.
You talked about having all commodities or products on the shelves being foreign.
Yeah.
Do you think we can actually have local products in those same shelves?
I do not think, I actually know that we've started, you've seen a lot of shea butter on the shelves. You've actually seen it being exported to other countries.
Right.
And we have the best shea butter in, if I could say, in the world, especially when you look at what's on the shelves today.
Yeah.
And there is a huge opportunity for us to tap into that and also make known our own products using our own raw materials. So there is a huge opportunity there. And yes, we can have our own products on our shelves, and we still can literally, we have a lot to exploit in that area because we have the raw materials.
What has
as
limited
well.
us, Edna? What do you think is our hindrance? What is that barricade?
When you look at the background, and I'll talk in terms of education and the things we've been focusing on, we've never looked at beauty as something we need to tap into. So most people who have been into the beauty business, they've been there low-key. It's like, until now, until very recently, we've started taking beauty as a career, as something that we could do for a living. But way before, we used to have all these traditional courses. You know, you're either a lawyer or a doctor or an engineer, or otherwise you're not respected. So from that background, I think there's not been a lot of inspiration for us to look at the side and say, okay, this is something I can actually do. This is something I can tap into. But also when you look at the things we do, we are more importing. We do not export. So if you're not focusing on what you can offer, but rather what you can get, so chances are you're not going to think of how do I exploit this to share butter to make a very good product so that I can be able to sell it out there. How do I utilize what I have? So we have not really focused on things away from the traditional things that we knew until recently, which is very impressive. We see beauty parlors like mine. I would never have gotten into that if I didn't see, you know, other successful business people that are, you know, local. So it's coming up now. There's a huge opportunity, and I think that's why we've not been thriving, but here we are now.
Okay, before we go for a short break, is there money? Like real money? Are people earning?
There is money. There is money.
From me braiding people's hair, I can pay my rent?
You can't pay your rent because look at, have you seen the girls, you've seen the fashion shows, you see how many times actually people change the look of their hair. People do like makeup every other day. You know, I'm going to office, I have a big conference. Even now, Zoom calls, they're like, oh, I have a Zoom at 10. Can you come and give me a face beat? So yes, there is money.
Slow down, Edna. So I have a Zoom meeting or a Zoom presentation, and I call a beauty specialist to work on me. I say I paid them, say, 150,000 shillings or 200,000. Just for a Zoom meeting? Just for a Zoom meeting, because you have to look presentable. Whatever you're presenting, you must look the part. So if you're going to look the part, then you might as well ask someone who you know can give you that look. Come and give it to you. Lastly, as we go for a short break, would you advise your young sister to actually take your part? I would, definitely, I would. I would. I'm actually doing that. You have people who are following in your footsteps? I am inspiring them to do that. Okay. Yes. Now, if you're a girl child, it just got heated up. Do not touch your dial. We're actually coming back. The desk returns in a bit. Welcome back. Actually, Edna, for your lovely smile, 2 bells. Thank you. So welcome back to the second segment of this very lovely episode of The Desk, where we're talking beauty, we're talking wellness, and we're talking the spa. Edna, I've not been to the spa like in years. Yeah. I think I've been there once my entire life. Okay. But what is the, before we even go into the spa and what happens there, what is the difference between beauty and wellness? I think we can't separate beauty and wellness, because beauty, most people think beauty is, you know, like maybe your physical features, but it's not about your physical features. I think for me, beauty is how well you feel about yourself. Because, I mean, if you have the features, but you don't feel good about yourself, you're not going to be confident, you're not going to feel good about yourself. Says the person who has the future. The futures that is better than all of us. Well, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. So wellness is a holistic picture of well-being, general happiness, literally. You physically feel good, you emotionally feel good,
your soul is in the right place. And I mean, like, when you go back to bed, you don't feel bad about yourself.
So is this a confidence thing?
It's I prefer to call it a balance thing.
Okay.
So your spiritual life is in order.
Right.
And I'm not saying you're holy, but I'm saying at least there's that part of you that's in touch with your inner self, that introspects and thinks about the things you do and why you do them.
Right.
And then that alone just makes you step out in power.
Right.
You're like, I know whose I am, I know who I am, and so I'm just going to go and make things happen because I am well.
Okay.
So wellness is the ability to strike a balance in your life. So most people will think, oh, spa, people are just pampering themselves, they just have a lot of money to spend. But no, it's just having that moment in your day where you say, okay, there's been a lot of noise.
Right, right.
There's been a lot happening, but now I just need to like calm down.
Calm down.
Yeah,
calm
so
down.
where do I go? Then you go in an environment where they have already put that in mind. They've
Right,
set it out for you. I love the candles. So
Thank
the
you very
candles,
much.
the lighting, the environment, it all gives you that, you know, you start to focus now on those parts of you, maybe on the inside. You start to calm down. But that's just one component
Of wellness.
of wellness. So it's financial, because I'm thinking if you don't have money, chances are you're not going to feel like you have the time to even go in a place to calm yourself down, to concentrate. However, most people just run after the financial. Then they forget the social, because who are your friends? What are they talking about? What are they feeding your mind with?
Exactly. So it's body, mind, and soul.
Exactly.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
Makes sense. Now, I want to take us back to an element you threw light on, the stigma that comes around people who are like, okay, I'm a beautician, or I'm a wellness person, or I'm a fitness person. The stigma that comes there, because generically, we've known that to make it in life, you must be a lawyer, doctor. Talking about law, I know for a fact that you studied law.
Yes, I
for
went to
4
law
years.
school. Yes.
You're not practicing,
Yes.
you're doing wellness.
Yes.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I don't mind talking about it. Everyone asks me about it. My brother wasn't very happy with me. My family, they're like, how do you spend 4 years and then not practice? Like,
Same here, same here. How would I? How?
yeah, so I think it goes back to who I really am as a person.
Yeah.
And we're all doing life anyway. Most people have studied other things and they do other things. So it's about who you feel you are and where you want to go. So I think for me, I felt like there's a bit of mismatch between what I was reading and what I wanted to do or who I wanted to be.
So after studying for 4 years at the university, she discovers, I don't want to be that.
I did not.
I bail for that.
I did not
4 years.
discover after 4 years.
Yeah.
Actually, I think in my second year, I
Okay.
already knew
Oh, you
that
knew,
I'm
okay.
not going to
This is
practice.
not for me.
However, I love the course. I didn't just go there by mistake. I wanted to learn the law. I used to look at lawyers and I'm like, I want to be like that.
Right.
And I loved everything they taught us and how to handle things. But then part of me was saying, can you really do that? Can you really do that? I used to really get involved on a more emotional level.
Right, right.
And I felt like it was training me. So by second year, I knew I wasn't going to practice, but I knew I needed the knowledge anyway. So I went through with it because it wasn't going to stop me from doing what I'm doing now.
Yeah. So I want you to talk to parents. Actually, look into that camera. Talk to parents who are actually rigid. For them, it's law. It is medicine.
Yeah.
It is engineering.
Yes.
And then these other people who are trying, a girl who is actually trying to walk your path is stigmatized. Talk to that parent.
I would really, really, really ask that parent to get more, just first of all understand that you're different from this child or this person. Your experiences are different, her experiences are different. So why not support that she really wants to do or he really wants to do, rather than just strain them and make them do the things that they don't want to do, yet they could excel and do well in the things that they feel they love to do.
Right, right.
So you have to be yourself. You're going to do great things. You must love what you do. So you cannot just be forced to do something and you think they are going to excel. They will try, but at the end of the day, it will take a toll on them.
Right.
So if I am a parent,
Yeah.
I would just advise my fellow parents to just support their children in the things that they love to do, because then they will do them in a great way.
Edna, as we get away from that point of stigma,
Yeah.
the boys that have taken that path, they're looked in society, they're looked at as weirdos, because
Yeah.
that's a thing
They're
for
like,
girls.
yeah, they're like,
So talk to that boy. Are you going to encourage him?
oh my goodness. First of all, when you look outside of Uganda, the biggest names in fashion and in this industry are male names. Michael Kors, Louis Vuitton, Prada, like all these are brands that have been built by males, but they specialize in things that would have been regarded as women things, clothes, bags, shoes. And if you look at those people,
Right.
I think they have more money than the government put together.
Right.
So what do you want for your child? If that's what they want, let them be. And
Regardless of the sex.
regardless of the sex, because we all were created differently.
Right.
There's something unique about everyone. So unless you let that shine, they're just going to be mediocre. They're just going to be average. Yet they know what they want. So they should let the boys do what they want to do.
Okay, lastly, as we leave that misconception part,
Yes.
there are a lot of misconceptions around that area.
Yes.
The spas, Edna, you
Yes.
have a spa.
Yes.
People say it's a modern way or a way of hiding prostitution.
Oh my
After,
goodness.
you know,
Yes.
in there, like a more
Yeah.
professional way of
Yeah.
selling prostitution.
Yeah.
Because after the massage, then the girl somehow, before we know it, the magic happens.
Wow. I really hate that, because when I was starting, I think people told me the same. They're like, you know, beauty parlors are known for this.
Right.
And I do agree with you that some people have misrepresented the industry. Some people, even the boys you were talking about, most of them, you know, because of what they do, then the whole industry is being looked at as, oh my God,
Yes.
the boys that are in this industry are a certain kind of way, which
Yes.
I do not want to go deep into.
Yes.
But that whole prostitution thing, or whatever you want to do your business with,
Yeah.
that's a personal thing.
Right.
So if someone is setting out their business
Right.
to do that particular aspect, that's them. They've chosen that.
Yeah.
However, for me, the spa I know
Right.
is just a feel-good moment, a moment to reflect and calm down, a moment to just be you and be in your own zone.
But Edna, you people
Yes.
arouse sexual desire.
I do not know about that, because I do massages all the time and I am not at all in any way feeling. So I think at the end of the day, it's where your head is. But also with the spas that are professional,
Yeah.
we make it clear to our clients.
Okay.
Even if you feel a certain way, please find ways of controlling yourself, because we do not do these things.
Right, right.
Yes, so even the girl is allowed to walk out of the room if you are doing something contrary to what she's there for.
Yes.
So we tell the girls, we brief them. So you're going to be in this room,
Yes.
either with a female or with a male.
Yes.
This is what you're going to do. However, in the event that this person becomes violent, we have bells like yours.
Bells.
So
Mine.
you need help? Yes, please press this button.
Right.
And that's what I know personally.
Okay.
So the prostitution thing, yes, I agree with you. I've heard. Sometimes I have walked into a place and asked for a menu. They gave me a menu because I was trying to come up with like a price list and you know.
You had to do research.
Yeah, so I walked into many places and I walked into this one place where they gave me a menu with nude photos, and I was like, okay. They're like, oh, you were referred or what? I said, yeah, well, I was referred. They were like, so referring meaning I should know what what they offer.
What they offer, yeah.
So I asked the lady, I'm like, so do you have only female masseuses, or do you have? It's like, we also have male. I'm like, okay. It's like, are you sure you want a massage? I was freaking out at this point.
But hold up. So you would want a female masseuse. I would want a female masseuse. I wouldn't want a male masseuse. Why would I want a male masseuse?
Well, people have preferences. It's a preference thing. Some
Yeah.
people want male, Actually, there's many male therapists that have been approaching me, but I think I am a bit still conservative.
Right.
I feel like we still are okay with the female therapists. So I wasn't open to having the males. But there are people who love the male touch, and, and I don't think it's a bad thing. So if they are professional in what they do, I think it is okay.
So for you, it has nothing to do with the sexual end. It's feel good, relax. That's what it's supposed to be.
That's it.
Okay, Edna, allow me go for a short break.
Yeah.
When we come back, we talk about now for someone who is trying to invest in the business, the return on investment, all that after the break.
Yeah.
All right, now do not go away. You are still on the desk, and the desk goes for a break, and it's back in a moment. Do not touch your dial. And oh, by the way, it's actually tea time. Welcome back from that short break. Now, it is very important that if you are a girl child or you are a relative to a girl child or even a boy child that is interested in beauty, wellness, for you to call them up and tell them that the desk is live. And it's also actually live on Shadrach Kisame's YouTube. Now, for people who cannot catch us live on TV, we are live on Shadrach Kisame's YouTube. Now, we're here with Miss Edna Kainomugasho. Thank you very much, Mary. It's tea time. My tea is ready. So, we're still discussing with Miss Edna how fertile or virgin the market is for an investor to invest and also the return on investment.
I love tea, so sorry. I got taken up.
All right.
Just like I said in the beginning, the industry in this country is still virgin.
Right, right.
We have a young population, meaning they are open to trying things. If anything, we should be encouraging them to do things outside of the usual.
Right.
So that, you know, there's a lot more things to explore in those particular sectors. Tourism, beauty, and fashion.
Right.
I think you've been seeing all these shows, fashion shows and stuff.
All right.
So I think it is still a virgin market. However, we have to know that there is a lot of competition.
Right.
Because for someone who's been using a very well packaged and certified product,
Right.
to come and you give them, you know, your, okay, yes, it's nice, shea butter, but it's in a container that does not at all appeal to the eye. Even I want to put it to her. And in as much as I want to support local manufacturers who are doing cosmetics or anything, I still have issues with the packaging.
Right, right.
But also, people do, you know, the processes of certifying and stuff, it's a whole lot of process.
Right, right.
So we just have to do it right, and then the sky's not even the limit.
You know, I've been looking at your teapot right there, and there's no sugar. It's just the honey.
Yes, it's the honey.
I wouldn't do sugar for honey for any reason. Why? Why honey and not sugar?
I think it's a healthy thing to do honey because, you know, it's not processed. It's, you know, from the bees and it's right there in your face. So it's considered more healthy than definitely processed sugar. So I love honey and they're both sweeteners. So why wouldn't you do honey?
I don't know. It doesn't feel sweet enough. It feels like maybe if I just
Also,
licked it
you
or
want more sugar, which is very not good for your health.
How? Just take us through. How is it not so good?
Well, they say sugar feeds cancer cells, literally. So even if I didn't go down to break it down, you do not want to have cancer. And most of the things, you know, we eat that are processed and everything, they have a bit of sugar. So if you have a chance not to take the sugar, please do not take the sugar. So I love these cups. Yeah.
So, actually, because you love it, cheers to that.
Cheers.
So, I'm painting a picture in my brain. Let's say I invested 100 million Uganda shillings in wellness. Would I get that back? And how long would it even take me to get it back, realistically?
That's a very interesting question, because we always look at the money part, the capital part.
No.
But as you go along in business, you realize, yes, capital is very important. It is actually very important. However, it is the plan before getting to the investment part. So, okay, you want to get into wellness. What is the problem you're addressing? What is going to be your niche? Because I mean, everyone, almost every corner you turn to, there is a salon, there is a spa.
Yes.
So what problem are you addressing?
Right.
What are your target clients?
Right.
Why those particular people? You must be solving a problem for you to think that if you invest your money, you're going to get a return. So, and I'm learning more things along the way, but what I can tell you for a fact is that the money is important, but I think the problem you're addressing and how you're addressing it is more important. Yes. So you need to know and address that. Begin with the end in mind. Like, if as the client coming, what would I want to see here? How do I want to feel? So what problem am I addressing? And then after that, if you put in your money, it will go straight to those particular parts that you have identified, and yes, you will definitely have a return on investment.
Yes. Do we have any opportunities in there for not investors but people trying to grow in that industry? Are there any opportunities?
There is huge opportunities, because growing up I never heard of a nail technician.
Nail technician.
Nail technician.
So they're what? They're fixing wires in nails? What?
They are not fixing wires in nails, but there is like nail art, there is like nail care. There's a whole lot going on in the industry. There's even, let's say, influencers. I mean, you could be an influencer. Actually, I want to talk to you after here.
Yes.
So these are some of the opportunities. So you could just be a good writer, and you're writing about beauty and wellness, and you definitely will get paid for that. So you are just, maybe let's say for our brothers and sisters, you've dropped out of school, but then there is a course, you can be a nail technician. Go for it. You're not going to pay so much, but you're going to learn and you're going to be paid for it. Actually, I joke with my colleagues at work. I'm like, you guys earn more money than I do, because for every client that walks in and you do a great job, they're going to tip you. You understand? So you're not just waiting for your salary. You have money to take you through every day. You're a hairdresser, you are a writer, you are a nail technician, you are a makeup artist. So there's a lot to do in this industry, and I think for young people out there who are struggling with the mainstream education, either because of a time thing, because you have to go all the way.
Sometimes it's too long.
Sometimes it's too long. Maybe your parents are not able to support you all through. Just learn something else that you could do with your hands, and I think it can take you a long way.
You know, Edna, we can never finish the entire thing on this 30 minutes of the desk, but
Definitely.
I think the people are getting. Finally, to be honest, Edna, I'd never thought of going and feeling good about myself, but even just the way you express, I want to visit the spa.
Please come to Naguru, Bukoto Crescent Road, plot 20. I'll be happy to have you. Actually, I'm going to just offer you a treatment. Just so you can feel, so that next time you just book and come.
So when I book, how much? Can I even afford it?
You can afford. I'm very sure you can afford.
Edna.
I totally understand. We tailor make our services to you as a person. First of all, what problem are we addressing? Are you fatigued? Are you do you just want to experience it? So that helps us to know what exactly to focus on. So if you cannot do the whole thing, we'll just do a few things, but we'll make you feel good. Okay,
our time is really well spent, Edna, but do you have like packages in a bit?
Yes, we definitely have packages, but we do a whole range. We do nails, we do hair, we do massages, we do facials. So we also sell products. very good mineral-rich products from the Dead Sea, but we also are interested in supporting our local market. So we have a few products that we have on the shelves from local manufacturers. So
thank you very much for talking to me, Edna.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for sparing time. I know it was office hours. I had to grab you out of there, but thank you very much for coming.
Yes.
My following, my viewers, I think they've picked a leaf or two more, especially for the girl child that is growing up. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
I appreciate this.
All right, now until next week, same place, same time. It's been The Desk with yours truly, now more than ever, Shadrach Shagaf Kisame. And because it is for being healthy, the next cup is going to be honey.
Honey, please.
Good night.
Yes.
Good luck. Adios. For God and my country. God bless beautiful Uganda.